Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first video of 2023, or officially made in 2023 because that Vegas one was just a bit of a travel vlog, wasn't really made this year, just so I was lazy and didn't get together. But to get the video off on the right note, this will not be a traditional video that I've made. Last year I made a bunch of list videos going over tips and other nuggets of advice I was trying to give you to help you accomplish your goals and help you solve any problems you may have. But I think for this year, I can't do that. I can't be making the same, like, oh, top 5, top 3, like, ways to do this, because it's all played out. There's videos out there just like that. And by me doing that, that adds, like, no value to just the grand scheme. The principle of this channel was supposed to be a 17, almost 18-year-old, a person who's making this huge transition from childhood to adulthood, what their perspective is on the world, what they know, what they hope to learn going forward. And by continuing to make these list videos, this won't really project the image that I want for this channel. So for the first part of this video, we're reviewing my goals from last year and establishing my goals for this year. So my goals are kind of broken into 4 different parts, like personal development, like fitness, and just overall appearance, financial goals, hobby goals, like karting, for example, and just life overall. So last year, my goals are more numerical with lifting weights. So last year, I wanted to get a 225 bench, which sucks because I hit it literally like 2 weeks after New Year. So I got it, but just a little bit late. Next one's a squat 405. Unfortunately, didn't get that. I think I tried recently though, but it didn't go well. Get big / lean, left guarding help. So I'd say lean, I can count that off. Establishing a proper hygienic routine, as I have, in terms of just like morning grooming, morning cleansing, cleanliness, washing my face, washing everything, brushing my teeth, making sure I'm on top of that. Just basic stuff, but obviously I've got on top of that, so got that. Build an accessory collection. I got quite a few watches now. It's becoming a bit of a problem, but that definitely helped with that goal. So moving on to my financial goals, it was have a 5-figure net worth. Net worth is a very tricky thing to calculate, but in the end I did not have like $10,000 in cash or assets, so I'll say I don't think I got that goal. So establish a new business. I ended up like kind of getting my own freelancing thing going, so I won't consider that business, but I'm definitely in the works with that. Talking to people, businesses, trying to set up meetings, that kind of stuff. So I want to say I made that goal, so this year will be the goal to get that started. Make stocks a consistent form of income. Moving on. Have 4 different income streams by December of last year, which I did not have, so I filled that goal. Then for racing, it was just hobby-wise, get podium karting, got that in the endurance race, finished a wet race. Well, at the start of one of the races, it started raining a bit, but it wasn't a wet race, so I wouldn't count that. So just this year, if it's a wet race, I'll see about that. Do less than $1,000 in damages, like not crashing. I didn't crash at all. Well, I did crash. Well, just like no huge shunts. Had a little collision during a race. Had to get a couple new tires for like $200, so that's less than $1,000. So count that. Make connections with people in like the karting area. So definitely did that in terms of like people I raced with and like people who have trailers to bring to sell parts and like just get advice on like how to better tune a car and better like understand the track. So I would say I've achieved that. Then for life overall, meet new and beneficial people. 2022, I really stepped outside my comfort zone in terms of like trying to talk to new people, really project who I am as a person, and curate my circle to have people that benefit me and to where I can benefit them. It's not just like a waste of time, like a waste of resources trying to like entertain that relationship. So I would say I did a good job in that area. Read 6 books, did that. It should be 8. Build confidence, that's unbreakable. I had a really good spell going during summer. Lifeguarding, you're shirtless all day, you're lean, you're tan, you're looking good. That definitely helped. But I think overall, coming out of last year, I'm still lacking in that area, if I'm being honest. Then approached 3 girls, knocked out of the park, approached like probably dozens over the summer. So did that well. And just a fun little one, survived 2022. It's 2023, I'm here, so I did that. So for 2023, my goals are going to be bench 300 pounds, which is like 75 pounds away. We can get that. Squat 500 pounds. The squat will go up exponentially if I just keep going at it. Again, like I think my all-time PR is 370, so we can easily break that. Deadlift 500. So to get off track a little bit, the reason I've not been so consistent on YouTube last couple months of last year and as of this year has been I've really stepped my real game, working on my Instagram, trying to get growth there, which I've been pretty good at. I think I've probably got 50% increase in followers the past like couple months. Like I know it's superficial, but like in terms of like trying to put out content that creates growth, I say I did a good job with that. But yeah, apart from that, just yeah, so content anyway. So down 500 pounds, pull like 420, it's 80 pounds away. We can get that. And something I'm doing this year for my goal is to make them like more numerical, actually having figures behind them. So I have to achieve that figure or fail the goal. So it can't be subjective. So get below a body fat percentage of 15. So I'm probably usually around like 17, 18%. A lot of times. I think got below like 15% over summer because I was lifeguarding and it got ripped. But yeah, so for this year, like get like well below 15%. Okay, so that's like personal development goals. So moving on to finance, have a 5-figure net worth. So that's like $10,000 in cash and or assets. So far, I'm making pretty good leaps and bounds in that. I have a good amount of cash on hand. I'm really upping my contributions to my stock portfolio. I'm going to be 18 this year, so I'm going to invest into a little bit of crypto. Like I'm not going to put a bunch of money into it because we all know what's going on right now with like FTX, that kind of shit. But like diversify my investments is what I'm trying to get at. So get into commodities, crypto, whatever else is out there. Make $10,000 through copywriting because this is kind of business model I'm going for, like freelancing, trying to start a digital marketing agency, which will just be start off copywriting, if you know, just big digital marketing, like closer to like that title of the company rather than like me just writing words and getting paid for it. 10K in cash from that on hand, so that will kind of make up the bulk of this 5-figure net worth goal. Then have 4 different income streams, so a job, a business, investments, and I'll figure out something else too. Hopefully something passive, but we'll work towards getting something off the ground. Again, going into the hobbies, like really just racing and stuff, just win a go-karting race. This will probably be like pretty optimistic, but if I can pull this off, that would be sick. Points in a wet race, so if it actually does rain this year during a race, finish in the top 10, get points, count that. And finish all the races, because last year was a pretty disastrous season in terms of like black flags, so move on from that. And then like life goals, really work on my speech because I need to become a more effective communicator in order to succeed in the business I'm trying to start. I think overall too is probably my biggest issue with my confidence because I can't speak clearly, concisely, getting all my thoughts together and just directing them like appropriately and clearly. Kind of like I'm doing now, for example. It's like I'm just trying to like overthink everything, trying to come off as like this, but the way I saw this is just like being more natural, being more flowing, just talking face to face like one of you guys. Just it's not overthinking it, just it's talking at a good tempo, good clarity. It's all it is. And I think if I can solve that, my confidence will be just at a whole nother level. And then going back to last year's goal, which would be this year's goal, read 8 books. So 2 more than last year. Work on Riz. So work on that. proper communication, working on confidence, charisma, riz, whatever you want to call it. Having this confidence will help me in so many facets of my life in terms of like career, socially, romantically. Never hurts to be charismatic, you know. Next goal being talk to one girl a week, because last year I definitely broken this glass ceiling in terms of my just nervousness, my social anxiety. Like that's gone out the window entirely. I feel that I'm so much more capable of talking to people, but I think that there's still like just this mental roadblock of like, oh, attractive girl have to act weird. Like, no, just gotta work on being myself, talking normally. Or I think on that topic, I can talk normally, like just fine. I can talk to a girl, they're a person, it's no big deal. But I need to work on my execution of like escalating, be like, hey, thought you're cute, we should hang out sometime. I need to work on that. That is a big thing I need to work on, because getting a conversation started, that's done now. I can do that. But it's like having the conversation lead something will be the goal this year. And then for my last goal, just survive 2023. Again, pretty easy. If I don't do anything too crazy, too stupid, should be achievable. So now these next parts where I'm going to deviate a little bit from my traditional format. So a couple big things. 2023 is going to be the year of the recession. So it's going to suck. It'll be hard times ahead. These hard times will kill off any amateurs, people who are half-assing like their financial situation, half-assing their life. They're going to have a big reality check this year. Just in terms of like the way things are looking right now. Like just the Fed's constantly hiking rates. Like the real estate bubble looking like it's about to burst. All that stuff is going to hurt a lot of people. So it may be a tough year for people who are already into these things. But within chaos, within disaster, there's opportunity. And with this opportunity comes stocks at huge discounts. Because as most like financial analysts would call a stock market crash a crash, people who are actually in the game know it's just discount. Stocks are on sale. Buy them low. That's all it is. Like, you know, make your money like when you sell, you make your money when you buy. So in 2023, make sure to put some money aside if you want to like start investing your money. You want to see it grow. You want to help you start taking you to financial freedom. This will be the year to plant those seeds to get you there. So in 2023, it'll be make or break. It's up to you to decide what kind of year it'll be for you. So with hard times ahead, I like to think of this one quote. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And then weak men create hard times. So I think with this year, this will be the opportunity for a lot of us men, not only financially to get on top of it, but also just embracing who we are. Because we've seen what's happened in 2022. There's been a huge boom of masculine influencers. People like Hamza, Iman Ganji, Tates. These men have lit a fire underneath the asses of all young men looking to better themselves. Getting your finances right, getting your body in shape, getting your mentality straight. If you don't have these three key pillars in place, it's just going to be a disaster for you. Not only this year, but for the years to come. I don't want to be like just spam quotes like all this video, but Tate said it best. It's like we're approaching a period where it's going to be have-nots and have-yachts. The middle class is going to be simply no more in the coming years, the way things are looking. It's going to be the working poor and those who have escaped the matrix. By escaping the matrix, it's not just like getting a bunch of money. Like Iman Ganji said, you need to have financial, location, and time freedom. That's how you're free from the matrix. I know this for sure because of something that happened something that happened in school with me. So I kind of knew it was going to happen. Like, I kind of just like, screw it. I'm out of this class in a little bit anyways. So I'm not trying to play the victim at all. I know what I did wrong, but yeah. It's just stupid, but I know like why what happened. So in a class I had, we had to pick like a role model, someone who we saw as a leader. And so of course, got my group together. We're like, guys, who's a good leader? Someone who's not basic, a little bit controversial, but someone who actually has good leadership traits. And so naturally, we landed on Andrew Tate for not only him being a good leader, but also that little bit of controversy we were looking for. So, say your answer. Of course, all like the slaves of the Matrix got into hissy fit. The teacher was not impressed. And then like next day, I got sent down to the office, which was fun. And so of course, got the lecture like, oh, you chose a human trafficker. You insulted. What you said was inappropriate, and like all the bullshit, like, inappropriate, misogynistic, like all the trigger words like they'll have to say. And so I got the tension for it. So it wasn't bad at all. I was on my phone the whole time, just looking at like financial news and stuff. It wasn't anything bad at all. I'm not gonna pretend I'm a victim, because I'm not. I was like basically like a mandatory study block, if you want to call it that. But yeah, so I consider that my own like Matrix attack. So that's cool. So anyways, classes dropped. Now I'm like using that time in school to actually focus on shit that's important. But to add to that, everybody I told about said it was bullshit. It was unjust. It was simply just bias. It was, like reading the news, like human trafficker, like this. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. And just it's done. It's in the past. It doesn't matter now. But the fact that that can still happen to people is just very frustrating. But I think through this experience, it's given me hope, because I do realize now that there are people who share my views, who share this viewpoint that society's trying to like just crush, beat down men into just becoming like worker ants, like slaving away at 9 to 5, just doing enough to get by, and like having no real power, no real voice in the way things happen. Because if a bunch of men get together, that's when revolutions start. And obviously the Matrix, if we're gonna call it that, we'll call it the Matrix this year. The Matrix does not want that, because that threatens their power. It's that simple. But I think I'm very, very sure that this year will be a turning point for a lot of things, and that common sense will become a bit more common. The degeneracy will go out the window a little bit, and men will be on the path to becoming men again and again. With hard times create strong men. Strong men are the leaders that will get us out of this. And with that being said, welcome to 2023.